Hello once again, brother teacher. This is to my parents. This message here, just something to get you to think. I know a lot of times we think that we're big, grown, big boys, big girls, and so forth, and that we are adults. Howbeit, in this particular situation, I think you need to take some consideration. And the reason I say this is because it's not your body. What do you mean by this, brother teacher? I mean simply this. I've noticed women in particular, and some guys, that love to put a earring in their child's ear after they've been born, when they're 6 months or 1 year old. Why? We don't live in a country or on a continent where you have savages running around or people running around that are underdeveloped, so to speak. And then you have certain customary traditions, if you will, or rituals whereby you deface yourself, or you put markings in your skin, and you put saucers in your lips and your ears and so forth, and rings through your nose and that kind of thing, like in ancient Africa. And even some civilizations even today still exist in India, maybe even in Africa and certain parts of Asia and so forth. Howbeit, we are in America, land of the so-called free, freedom of choice. So why don't you allow your child to choose whether or not they want their ears pierced? Ladies, stop putting holes in your little girl's ears because it's cute to you. They may grow up and never want to have those piercings in their ears. It's their flesh. It's their body. You have no right to put holes in your child's ear. And guys, you might think it's macho, you might think it's cool, you might think it's chic or in, or just because you have a diamond sticking in your ear, let my little boy, follow after his dad. It's so ignorant. Let your little boy choose his own path. That's akin to you trying to dictate or indoctrinate your child to be what you are. For example, if you are a doctor, when my boy grow up, he's going to be a doctor too. You cannot do that. That's not your right. That's his choice. Ladies, you're a nurse, doesn't mean that your daughter wants to be a nurse. If you're a school teacher, doesn't mean that your daughter or even your son wants to be a school teacher. Just because that's your passion and what you're passionate about. Allow your children their own space so they can be and become what they want to be, not what you want them to be. It's really that simple. No piercings in the ears. When they get to the age of maturity, when they decide whether or not they like the idea, let them decide then. But don't decide for them. And it's like, if you smoke, you're going to let your child smoke because that's what you enjoy doing? It's funny. I don't mean facetious. It's strange, it's odd, funny in that sense. How some parents smoke and they think it's cute when they let their child take a puff off of their cigarette, and when they get older, they're smoking. That's a bad habit. It's not good for you, and ultimately it can lead to bad health and even death. So again, I hope that was a good analogy. But anyway, no piercings in my ear. Never had them, never will. I'm too old now to even be thinking about such a thing. So give your children again the opportunity to have their own freedom of choice, not the choice that you choose, unless you're talking about discipline, you're talking about morality and how they should govern themselves in the world in which they live and how they should navigate, for that matter. And that's it. That's all you have to teach them. Teach them honorably and how to be an upright citizen. That's all you need to do. Teach them and give them a sense of God and respect for adults and just people in general. All of the other things are just extra things that you don't have to do. And you probably end up being closer to your child for not doing that. Okay, that was it.